the year 2030. We'll learn about the technical and financial support UNICEF provides and how communities like yours can be part of the change. Stay tuned and remember, this is your program. You can call, text, or send a voice message to share your views and questions. Let's begin with quick facts. According to UNICEF, about 48 million Nigerians still practice open defecation, and 95 million people do not have access to basic sanitation. This means millions of children and families are at risk of diseases like diarrhea, cholera, and even malnutrition. Today, our focus is on overview of UNICEF's activities around WASH with a strong focus on ending open defecation. What is being done? What progress has been made? And what challenges remain? To help us understand these better, we have with us a WASH specialist with UNICEF Nigeria, Mrs. Chisom Ogochukwu Admiral. You're welcome to the program, WASH Half Hour.
Thank you very much, sir.
Listener, at the appropriate time, you will have the opportunity to call in and air your views. The numbers to dial are 091-509-10483. That is 091-509-10483 or 080-828-14453. That is 080-828-14453. Please do not use abusive or derogatory languages. Note that no caller is giving preferential treatment. Please begin and go straight to the point. Take some messages.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation. Nigerians, equal defecation and achieving settlement sanitation is a today. Defecation is dangerous because it pollutes the environment and is a threat to public health. But do you know that it also offers a great business opportunity? Yes, there are feasible business opportunities in the sanitation value chain. You can build and operate public toilets. You can evacuate and transport treatment waste to treatment plants for recycling and reuse as biogas, fertilizer, or other soil conditioners. So, states, local governments, development partners, organized private sector, religious leaders, traditional rulers, and all Nigerians, why don't you make the most of this opportunity? Contribute to the campaign to end open defecation to prevent the spread of water and sanitation-related diseases. Join the federal government and be part of these investment opportunities under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to end open defecation in the country.
WASH Half Hour focuses on overview of UNICEF support to the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation around WASH activities with a strong focus on ending open defecation. And we have as guest Mrs. Chisom Ogochukwu Admiral. So how will you describe the impacts of the WASH sector program arising from the coordination and implementation efforts of the ministry so far?
So thank you so much. Yes, I'm happy to be here from UNICEF, and to be honest, UNICEF has worked with the federal government and state governments as well for at least maybe more than 2 decades on sanitation, water, hygiene. And there has been a lot of progress that has happened in this sector. And this has come especially with the start of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is the SDG, which is trying to ensure that all countries eliminate open defecation by 2030. So the federal government has done a lot. They have been trying from the highest level, they've been trying to, get out the right policies, the right frameworks, the right strategies that would help states and local governments to be able to eliminate open defecation, to be able to galvanize their populations to eliminate open defecation at the local levels. And then we have something called the Clean Nigeria campaign strategy that was first initiated in 2018, and then it was also reviewed and relaunched by the Vice President in 2024 November last year. And that is the main national drive that brings everyone together, that brings every single person from every aspect of life in Nigeria to end open defecation. And this is very important. I think we should take note of the Clean Nigeria campaign. If you've not heard about it, it is good for you to take note of it, and anywhere you see it, you should be able to understand what they are trying to do, ensuring that every household everywhere has access to toilets. That is one of the greatest achievements, I think.
Access to toilets.
Yes, access to toilets. greatest achievement that the federal level has tried to do in the country, set up a national momentum to end open defecation.
So what are those specific places you can describe as so challenging in coordinating and implementing WASH programs in Nigeria?
We definitely have challenging contexts. We have done so much in the past, but this challenging context is something that we need to innovate on, we need to be creative, and we need to address as soon as possible. First of all, we have the urban context. In the past, I know partners, the government, we've been so focused on trying to reach the rural populations, but now we have the urban populations, the urban slums, the very dense areas. We have security compromised regions. The northeast, the northwest, a lot of their local government areas are affected by security. How does a household budget for a toilet when the household is trying to protect their lives? These are the key issues, and the capacities, institutional capacities to implement in this challenging context is where we have to focus on. And the climatic conditions, flood is one of the key things that we as development partners need to be looking at, because flooding is causing a slippage in all the places we have worked in, is regressing the impact of what we have worked on. So we need to start looking at all of those challenging contexts, and then also I have to put this here too. People that are being left behind. I know we always talk about leave no one behind, but seriously, there are people that have issues with affordability and issues with reaching access to services. And it's very easy for you to leave them behind, because maybe they're not close in terms of proximity to access to where the services are being provided, in terms of access to financing. So it's easy to leave these people behind. So I need to add them as part of a context. Very low income communities. These are part of the
underserved communities.
Yes, underserved communities. Yes.
So UNICEF has been working closely with Nigeria on WASH. Can you tell us how UNICEF aligns its technical and financial support with Nigeria's WASH priorities?
Yes. So UNICEF works within the government. We work with the government and within the government as well. The government is at the forefront. So UNICEF, we try to blend our technical assistance, which includes capacity building, supporting all these policies and guidelines, supporting data systems. We try to blend that with the catalytic funding. What do I mean by catalytic funding? Whatever we are trying to fund is trying to demonstrate a pilot or a model for the government to scale up. So it's not just the government. I mean governments, development partners, and private sector. So UNICEF blends its technical assistance with catalytic funding that everyone, both the government, businesses, and developers can take at scale. And what is included in our technical assistance, I already mentioned that. So what we try to do is that we try to co-design all our sanitation programs with the states, with the local governments, and we ensure that the states and the local governments are aligned with the national priorities. And then anything that is within the plan, which is we are trying to ensure that all households within your state, within your local government have access to sanitation. We ensure that we try to address the affordability issues. We try to ensure that we try to strengthen the data on the information we are getting within your state and LGA to ensure that everyone that is getting access to sanitation, it is verified, and then what access you're getting is also sustainable. Our own technical assistance also extends to the primary healthcare centers, to the schools, to ensure that all primary healthcare centers and schools have access to sanitation. And it's not just sanitation, so the entire WASH package. And we do this through the governments. We try to work with the governments. And then one last thing I also want to say is that our technical assistance also includes strengthening the markets. A lot of work